Have you ever felt a pull so profound, a whisper deep within your spirit, calling you to something greater? It is not by accident that you are here, reflecting on these words. You are chosen, not by human hands, but by the Creator of all things. This calling sets you apart, marking your life with trials that shape, storms that refine, and victories that illuminate the path ahead. Being chosen is not an easy road. It is a journey marked by silence when words seem easier, resilience when giving up seems tempting, and faith when doubt surrounds you. This path requires you to rise above, to endure, and to shine in ways the world may not always understand. Yet, this is not a journey you walk alone. Every step is guided by divine purpose. Every trial is part of a greater plan, and every victory is a testimony of God's unshakable presence in your life. The world may not see it, but your life is a reflection of His work, a light that cannot be dimmed. You are not here to merely survive. You are here to thrive, to rise, and to fulfill the purpose He has placed within you. This journey is yours, and each part of it reveals a greater truth about who you are, who He is, and what you are called to become. So, step boldly into this reflection. Let these words guide you as you uncover the strength, light, and resilience that have been within you all along. The storms may come, the trials may test you, but nothing can shake the foundation of someone chosen by God. This is your journey. This is your time to rise. Part 1. The power of silence in adversity. When faced with schemes, accusations, or challenges meant to harm you, silence becomes your most profound response. This is not the silence of surrender, but the silence of strength and wisdom. It reflects the deep confidence of one who knows that the battles they face are not truly theirs to fight, but belong to the Lord. Silence, in its stillness, becomes a shield, disarming those who seek to provoke, manipulate, or harm. Your silence unsettles those who thrive on conflict, as it robs them of the reaction they so desperately seek. Their schemes often rely on your anger, frustration, or need to defend yourself, but when you choose silence, you deny them the power they hope to gain. Instead, your silence becomes a mirror, forcing them to confront the emptiness within themselves and the futility of their actions. This profound act of stillness mirrors the example of Jesus when He faced His accusers. Though He was mocked and unjustly accused, He chose silence over rebuttal. His silence was not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of trust in God's plan and timing. In the same way, your silence reflects a divine strategy, an unwavering belief that the truth will emerge without the need for argument or retaliation. Silence is also a space where reflection and healing occur. While the world may interpret silence as inaction, it is within this quiet that the soul finds clarity and strength. By refusing to engage in chaos, you allow God's justice and wisdom to prevail. The words of Psalm 46 verse 10 remind us, "Be still and know that I am God." Your stillness is an act of faith, a declaration that you trust in the Lord to vindicate and guide you. In this silence, you find freedom. You free yourself from the noise of false accusations, the distraction of petty arguments, and the weight of proving yourself to those who will never understand your purpose. Your silence speaks louder than any defense, standing as a testament to your resilience and unwavering faith. When your silence disrupts their plans and unveils their true motives, those who sought to harm you find themselves ensnared by their own schemes. Proverbs 26 verse 27 reminds us, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." While your silence remains rooted in peace and trust, their actions expose their own downfall. This path of silence is not always easy. The temptation to speak, to explain, or to defend can be overwhelming. But remember, your silence is not for them. It is for you. It protects your peace, preserves your purpose, and strengthens your connection to God's guidance. As you continue to walk in silence through adversity, know that you are demonstrating the quiet strength of one who is chosen, one who trusts that God's justice will prevail. This silence is not the end, but the beginning of a journey where truth, wisdom, and divine favor will ultimately shine through. Part 2. Resilience forged through trials. Life as one chosen by God is never devoid of challenges. These trials are not meant to destroy you, but to refine and prepare you for the greater purpose ahead. Every setback, betrayal, and obstacle is part of a divine process that strengthens your spirit and builds your resilience. What your adversaries fail to understand is that their efforts to break you only serve to deepen your roots and fortify your resolve. Resilience is not an outward show of strength, but an inner transformation. It is built in the quiet moments of perseverance when you face adversity head-on without surrendering to despair. Like gold tested in fire, your faith and character are forged through these trials. James 1 verses 2-4 reminds us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Each trial you face becomes a stepping stone toward the person you are meant to become. While others may see your hardships as moments of weakness, these experiences shape you into someone unshakable. The storms of life have not uprooted you. Instead, they have grounded you more firmly in your faith and purpose. Think of Joseph, who was betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. His trials could have left him bitter, but he chose to trust in God's plan. Each challenge Joseph endured, from imprisonment to betrayal, was a step in his journey to fulfilling his divine destiny. When he rose to power, Joseph was able to say to those who had wronged him, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50 verse 20. Like Joseph, your trials are not your end. They are the foundation upon which God is building your future. Resilience also means choosing to rise again and again. No matter how many times life knocks you down, it is in these moments that you demonstrate your faith in God's promises. Your ability to endure becomes a testimony of His strength working within you. Each time you rise, you not only defy the expectations of those who doubted you, but also inspire others who may be struggling with their own battles. Your adversaries often mistake resilience for fragility, believing that their actions can shatter you. What they fail to realize is that your strength does not come from human sources, but from God. Isaiah 40 verse 31 declares, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Each challenge they send your way only strengthens the wings you need to soar above their schemes. While they plot in secret, believing they can derail your path, they unknowingly contribute to your growth. Every betrayal sharpens your discernment. Every obstacle tests your determination, and every hardship deepens your faith. Resilience is not the absence of pain, but the ability to transform pain into purpose. Your ability to endure and thrive is a reflection of God's favor upon your life. Those who watch from the sidelines may not understand how you continue to rise, but your testimony speaks louder than any explanation. The same God who brought you through the fire is the one who will elevate you to heights they never imagined. As you embrace resilience, remember that each trial is preparing you for a season of undeniable blessings. The strength you have gained through adversity is not just for your benefit, but also for the benefit of others. Your story becomes a light for those who are walking through their own darkness, a reminder that God's grace is sufficient even in the hardest moments. You are not just surviving, you are being transformed. With each challenge you overcome, you are stepping closer to the purpose God has set before you. Let their doubts fuel your determination, and let your resilience shine as a testament to the power of God's unwavering love and guidance. Part 3. Pain as a catalyst for purpose. Pain is often seen as an unwelcome visitor, something to be avoided or escaped. But for those chosen by God, pain is not a roadblock. It is a stepping stone to something greater. Every wound, every disappointment, and every betrayal carries within it the seeds of transformation. What was meant to break you becomes the very force that propels you toward your purpose. Your pain is not the end of your story. It is the catalyst that pushes you to grow, to learn, and to rise above what others thought would defeat you. The world may view pain as a sign of weakness, but you understand its deeper value. Pain refines, teaches, and ultimately reveals the strength that God has placed within you. Galatians 6 verse 7 reminds us, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Those who cause pain often believe their actions are without consequence. They may laugh at your struggles, thinking they have succeeded in dimming your light. But what they fail to realize is that the pain they caused you is also a seed planted in their own lives, waiting to bear fruit in due time. Think of Joseph's story. His brothers, consumed by jealousy, sold him into slavery, thinking they had rid themselves of him. Yet, years later, famine forced them to bow before the very brother they had wronged. Joseph's pain became his triumph, and their betrayal became their reckoning. This is the divine balance that God brings to every situation. What was meant to harm you becomes the foundation for your elevation. Your response to pain determines its power over you. While some allow it to consume them, you have chosen to transform it. By facing your pain, processing it, and surrendering it to God, you take control of its narrative. What was intended to destroy you becomes the very thing that shapes your destiny. Pain also serves as a powerful teacher. It reveals the depths of your character and strengthens your reliance on God. The sleepless nights, the tears shed in silence, and the moments of doubt are not wasted. They are where resilience is born, where your faith is tested and deepened. Romans 5 verses 3 to 4 reminds us, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope." While your adversaries may gloat, believing they have won, they fail to see the transformation taking place within you. Every insult, every betrayal, and every hardship they sent your way only refined you further. The fire meant to consume you instead forged you into something stronger. The beauty of this transformation is that it cannot be undone. Once you have learned to turn pain into purpose, no one can take that power away from you. It becomes a part of who you are, a testament to your strength and God's faithfulness. Your pain is also a testimony for others. When they see you rise from the ashes of what was meant to destroy you, they are inspired to confront their own struggles with courage and faith. Your story becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that no matter how dark the night, God's light will always shine through. Forgiving those who caused your pain is another step in this transformation. Forgiveness does not excuse their actions but frees you from the burden of carrying their wrongs. By releasing them to God's justice, you reclaim your peace and move forward unencumbered. What your enemies fail to understand is that their actions against you have backfired. The harm they intended only elevated you. Proverbs 26 verse 27 warns, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." While they are left grappling with the consequences of their actions, you are thriving, free from the chains of bitterness and anger. As you reflect on your journey, remember that your pain has a purpose. It is not random or meaningless, but a part of God's divine plan for your life. Each trial you endure brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. It shapes your character, deepens your faith, and prepares you for the blessings yet to come. You are not defined by the pain you have experienced, but by how you have risen above it. You have turned your wounds into wisdom, your scars into strength, and your struggles into stepping stones. The very things meant to break you have become the foundation of your purpose, a testament to the unshakable power of God's grace and love. Part 4. The enduring power of truth. Truth is a force that cannot be suppressed, no matter how deeply others attempt to bury it. For those chosen by God, walking in truth is not only a choice but a calling. Truth illuminates the path ahead, cutting through the darkness of deception and manipulation. It stands unshaken by the schemes of those who rely on lies and deceit to maintain their power. Those who build their thrones on falsehood believe their lies will protect them. But truth has a way of dismantling even the most elaborate illusions. Luke 8 verse 17 declares, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." This principle is inevitable and immutable. No matter how long it takes, the truth always emerges. And when it does, it dismantles everything built on deception. Your life as one of God's chosen reflects this principle. While others may try to undermine your integrity with lies, their efforts are ultimately futile. You carry a light that cannot be extinguished, and with each step you take in authenticity, their schemes crumble under the weight of your unwavering character. The power of truth lies in its quiet strength. It does not need to shout or demand attention. It simply exists, unyielding and constant. Those who thrive on lies are often loud, desperate to control the narrative and silence the truth. But their efforts are in vain because truth operates on a divine timeline, revealing itself at the perfect moment to bring justice and clarity. Think of Haman in the book of Esther. He built a gallows, plotting to destroy Mordecai and the Jewish people, confident in the strength of his lies and schemes. Yet, in the end, Haman's deceit was exposed, and the very gallows he prepared for others became the instrument of his downfall. This story is a reminder of the poetic justice that truth brings. What was meant for harm is turned into a lesson for those who sought to deceive. Walking in truth requires courage, especially when you are surrounded by those who rely on manipulation to achieve their goals. They may try to twist your words, question your motives, or spread falsehoods to tarnish your reputation. But remember, your role is not to fight their lies with more lies. Your role is to stand firm in the truth, knowing that it is your greatest defense. Proverbs 10 verse 9 reinforces this, saying, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." Your integrity is your shield, and as long as you remain true to who you are and to God's purpose for your life, no lie can derail your destiny. The beauty of truth is that it requires no validation from others. It is not dependent on public opinion or the approval of those around you. Truth stands alone, unshaken by external forces. This is why those who oppose you are often so threatened by your authenticity. They realize that no matter how hard they try, they cannot manipulate or control someone who walks in truth. Your authenticity is a light that exposes the darkness. While this may make others uncomfortable, it is not your responsibility to dim your light to accommodate their insecurities. Matthew 5 verses 14 to 16 reminds us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." By walking in truth, you not only honor God but also inspire others to do the same. Your example becomes a beacon of hope for those who feel trapped by the lies and manipulations of others. It reminds them that authenticity is not only possible but powerful. While those who thrive on deception scramble to maintain their crumbling facades, your unwavering commitment to truth dismantles their efforts. They may attempt to silence you or distort the narrative, but they cannot erase the truth. In the end, their lies collapse under their own weight, while your authenticity shines brighter than ever. The irony is that their downfall is not caused by you but by their own actions. Their lies, once seemingly impenetrable, become the very things that expose them, and as their thrones built on deceit crumble, you remain standing, unshaken and victorious. Walking in truth is not always easy. It may isolate you at times, or make you the target of those who feel threatened by your light. But the rewards of living authentically far outweigh the challenges. Truth brings peace, clarity, and a deep connection to God's purpose for your life. As you continue on this journey, remember that truth is your foundation. No matter how fiercely others may try to undermine you, their efforts will ultimately fail. You are not walking this path alone. God's light guides you, His strength sustains you, and His truth protects you. In the end, truth prevails. It exposes falsehood, restores justice, and elevates those who choose to walk in its light. Your commitment to truth is not just a testament to your character, but a reflection of God's unwavering presence in your life. Part 5. Your light shines in the darkness. As one chosen by God, your very existence radiates a light that disrupts the darkness around you. This light is not a product of external achievements or temporary successes. It is the evidence of God's favor, grace, and purpose flowing through you. Your light is a reflection of His presence in your life, a beacon that cannot be hidden or diminished. Matthew 5 verses 14 to 16 declares, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. This divine light is meant to inspire, to lead, and to reveal the truth, not just to others, but also to yourself. However, not everyone welcomes the light. Those who operate in darkness often find your radiance unbearable. It exposes their insecurities, their hidden motives, and the shadows they work so hard to conceal. Your light becomes a mirror, forcing them to see the parts of themselves they would rather ignore. This discomfort is not about you, but about what your presence reveals within them. Have you noticed how often your success is downplayed or dismissed? How your achievements are labeled as luck or coincidence? This is because your light disrupts the narrative they have built for themselves. They may attempt to diminish you, twist your victories, or even try to extinguish your glow altogether, but they cannot. Your light is not something they gave you, and it is not something they can take away. The light you carry is not only for you, but for those who are still searching for their own. It is an invitation for others to step out of the shadows and into the truth. While some may resist this call, others will be inspired by your authenticity, perseverance, and faith. Your journey becomes a roadmap for those who feel lost, reminding them that they too have a light within them, waiting to shine. Think of Saul and David. Saul, consumed by envy, could not bear the light of David's favor with God. 1 Samuel 18 verse 12 reveals. Saul was afraid of David, because the Lord was with David but had departed from Saul. Saul's fear was not rooted in David's actions, but in the undeniable glow of God's presence in David's life. Similarly, those who oppose you are not reacting to what you do, but to who you are, a vessel of divine purpose and grace. Your light also acts as a shield. While others may try to harm you, their schemes are often exposed by the clarity of your presence. The truth shines brighter than any lie, and their efforts to dim your light only highlight their own weaknesses. Proverbs 4 verse 18 reminds us, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." There may be moments when you feel tempted to dim your light for the comfort of others, to make yourself smaller to avoid conflict or criticism. Resist this urge. Your light is not a source of competition, but of inspiration. It is not meant to overshadow others, but to encourage them to find and embrace their own glow. John 1 verse 5 reminds us, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." The world needs your light. In a time where deception and doubt often overshadow truth, your authenticity and faith stand as a testament to God's power. Your glow is a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope, love, and grace prevail. As you continue to walk in your purpose, let your light shine unapologetically. It is not arrogance but obedience to the calling God has placed on your life. It is a reflection of His work within you, a signal to others that they too can rise above their circumstances and step into the fullness of their potential. Your light will draw attention, both positive and negative. Some will be inspired to grow. Others will retreat into their insecurities. But do not let their reactions deter you. Remember that your light is not for them alone. It is for the glory of God. Each step you take, each victory you claim, and each truth you speak adds to the radiance that surrounds you. Those who thrive in darkness will continue to resist, but their resistance is futile. The more they attempt to hide from your light, the more their own actions are exposed. Their schemes cannot stand in the face of truth, and their lies cannot persist in the presence of authenticity. Your role is not to extinguish their darkness, but to continue shining. The responsibility of your light is to remain steadfast, to illuminate the path ahead, and to remind others of the power of faith, perseverance, and purpose. Let the world see your light and know that it is not yours alone, but a reflection of God's glory. In doing so, you fulfill your purpose as one of His chosen, standing as a testament to His love and unshakable promise. Part 6. Elevation beyond their reach. Your journey is not one of stagnation, but of constant elevation. As one chosen by God, your path is marked by growth, resilience, and purpose. With each step forward, you rise above the schemes, opinions, and limitations placed upon you by others. This rise is not about proving them wrong, but about fulfilling the divine calling set before you. Elevation is not merely about outward success. It is an internal transformation that separates you from those who attempt to hold you back. Your growth is fueled by faith, perseverance, and a deep connection to God's plan. While others may focus on dragging you into their chaos, your focus remains upward, climbing toward the purpose He has designed for your life. Think of Nehemiah, who, while rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, was constantly confronted by enemies trying to distract him. Nehemiah's response was simple yet profound. I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. Nehemiah 6 verse 3. This is the mindset of elevation. You are too focused on the great work God has entrusted to you to be pulled into petty battles or distractions. Your rise is not something they can control or diminish. While they watch from below, hoping for your downfall, you continue to ascend. The air where you stand becomes clearer, freer, and quieter. The noise of their accusations fades into the background as you move beyond their reach. This elevation is a testament to the strength God has placed within you, a strength that thrives not on approval from others, but on His unshakable promises. Those who once sought to define you with their words now find their opinions irrelevant. They cannot touch the person you are becoming because the version of you they tried to diminish no longer exists. You have outgrown their labels, their criticisms, and their small-minded view of who you could be. Isaiah 40 verse 31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This scripture reflects your journey. While others are weighed down by their own insecurities and schemes, you soar, propelled by the favor and strength of God. The irony of your elevation is that it was fueled, in part, by their attempts to bring you down. Every betrayal, every obstacle, and every falsehood became a stepping stone, pushing you higher and higher. What they meant for harm, God used for your good, turning their plans into the foundation for your success. This rise is not without its challenges. As you ascend, you may find yourself walking alone at times, separated from those who once walked beside you. Elevation requires sacrifices, and not everyone can accompany you to the heights God has prepared for you. But this solitude is not a loss. It is a space for clarity, growth, and communion with Him. Proverbs 4 verse 18 declares, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Your path is illuminated by the light of truth and righteousness, guiding you through every challenge and toward the fullness of your purpose. While your elevation is a personal journey, it also serves as a testament to others. Your growth inspires those who are watching, encouraging them to pursue their own paths of faith and perseverance. It shows them that rising above challenges is not only possible but necessary to fulfill God's plan. Your rise is not about competition. It is about stepping into the fullness of who God has called you to be. Those who once tried to hold you back may now look on in awe, unable to comprehend how far you have come. Their inability to touch you is not a reflection of their failure, but of your purpose. God has placed you in a position where their schemes cannot reach, their words cannot wound, and their actions cannot derail your progress. As you continue to elevate, remember that your journey is not just for your benefit. It is a reflection of God's power, grace, and faithfulness. Each step you take is a testament to His work in your life, a beacon of hope for those who feel stuck in their own struggles. You did not rise by accident or chance. Your elevation is intentional, a result of your faith, perseverance, and unwavering trust in God. It is a reminder that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and that His plans for you are greater than anything others could imagine. In this place of elevation, you are untouchable, not because of your own strength, but because of the one who walks beside you. His protection surrounds you, His guidance leads you, and His favor elevates you to heights you never dreamed possible. So, continue to rise, knowing that each step brings you closer to the purpose for which you were created. Let your elevation inspire others to pursue their own paths, reminding them that with God, all things are possible. Your journey is not over. It is only just beginning, and the heights you have reached are nothing compared to where He will take you next. Part 7. Unshakable in the storm. Every step of your journey has prepared you for the storms that will inevitably arise. As one chosen by God, you are not promised a life free from trials, but a life sustained through them. The storms you face are not meant to destroy you, but to reveal your unshakable foundation, a foundation built on faith, resilience, and divine purpose. The storms come in many forms: betrayal, loss, doubt, and opposition. Yet, they do not define you. They refine you. Like a tree that grows stronger as its roots deepen in the wind, you too are fortified by the challenges that test your faith. Matthew 7 verses 24 to 25 reminds us of the importance of a strong foundation. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. Your rock is the unwavering presence of God in your life. No matter how fierce the storm, His promises stand firm. The winds of doubt may howl, and the waves of adversity may crash, but you remain steadfast, anchored by the truth of His word. This is the power of being chosen. You are not left to weather the storms alone. The storms also serve as a reminder of who you are and who God is. In the moments of chaos, when it feels as though everything is being stripped away, you are reminded of your dependence on Him. It is in these moments that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. As Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, "But He said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" Your endurance through the storms is not just a testament to your own strength, but a reflection of His power at work within you. Those who watch from the sidelines may marvel at your ability to stand firm, not realizing that your strength is not your own. It is the result of a partnership with the Creator, who sustains you through every trial. The storms also expose the hearts of those around you. Just as the winds reveal the strength of a tree, adversity reveals the true character of those who walk with you. Some will stand with you, offering support and encouragement. Others may fall away, unable to withstand the pressures of the journey. This is not a loss, but a necessary pruning, ensuring that only those who align with your purpose remain in your life. While storms may bring moments of doubt, they also bring clarity. They strip away the distractions and false securities, leaving you with a clearer vision of your path and purpose. The chaos becomes a catalyst for growth, pushing you to lean into God's guidance and trust in His plan. Your ability to stand firm in the storm is also a source of inspiration for others. When they see you endure with grace and faith, they are reminded that they too can withstand their own challenges. Your story becomes a lighthouse for those navigating their own turbulent seas, a reminder that storms do not last forever and that there is strength to be found in trusting God. Think of the disciples in the boat with Jesus during the storm. While they panicked, Jesus remained calm, reminding them of their faith. Mark 4 verse 39 recounts, "He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, 'Quiet, be still.' Then the wind died down and it was completely calm." This story is a reminder that even in the fiercest storms, God has the power to bring peace. Your storms are not the end of your journey. They are a part of it. Each one leaves you stronger, wiser, and more deeply rooted in your faith. What once seemed insurmountable now stands as a testament to your growth. You are no longer the same person who entered the storm. You are transformed, ready to face whatever lies ahead. As the storm subsides, you emerge not only intact but elevated. The challenges that once threatened to consume you have become stepping stones, propelling you closer to the purpose God has set for you. And while others may see the storm as a time of destruction, you see it as a time of preparation, a reminder that God's plans are greater than the trials you face. Psalm 46 verses 1 to 2 declares, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea." This truth is your anchor, your assurance that no matter what storms arise, you are never alone. Your unshakable nature is not the result of your own efforts, but of His presence in your life. You are chosen, strengthened, and guided by a power that cannot be overcome. The storms may rage, but they cannot diminish the light within you. As you step forward from the storms, carry this truth with you. Every challenge has prepared you for the next level of your journey. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, walking boldly in the purpose for which you were created. Your testimony is one of triumph, a reminder to all that no storm can stop a life anchored in God's promises. The final call: rise and shine. Chosen one, as you stand at the summit of this journey, every trial, every storm, every moment of silence and resilience has prepared you for this very moment. You are no longer who you were when this path began. You are transformed, stronger, wiser, and deeply rooted in the purpose for which God has called you. Look back at the steps that brought you here, not with regret or pain, but with gratitude. Each challenge was a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life, and every betrayal became the foundation of your elevation. Your light, once misunderstood and resisted, now shines brighter than ever, not as a weapon, but as a beacon of hope and truth. This is your time to embrace the fullness of your calling. Rise above the doubts, the schemes, and the opinions that sought to hold you back. You are chosen by the Creator of the universe, and His plans for you are greater than anything you could imagine. Romans 8 verse 31 declares, "If God is for us, who can be against us? So go forth, chosen one, let your silence speak, your resilience inspire, your truth shine, and your light lead the way." The world may not always understand, but your journey is not for them. It is for the glory of God and the fulfillment of His divine plan in your life. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one where you walk boldly into the life God has prepared for you. The heights you've reached are only the starting point for the greatness yet to come. Rise, thrive, and let your testimony echo through generations to come. Your victory is assured, your purpose undeniable, and your light unstoppable. The world is waiting. Shine brightly, for you are chosen,